Today I'm going to talk about the negotiation strategy and how it's important in our life. Everyone, I'm sure, encountered with the situation when you had to conduct the negotiations. And I think it's very important to obtain such skill as to conduct negotiation with the best outcome. That's why I think it's very essential. You can apply this such skill in your private life when you communicate with your relatives, with your close people, or even friends, and as well as in professional area, like with bosses or your colleagues. Let me explain you what best outcomes may happen during your negotiations. The first is the win-win situation when everybody in the negotiations reach their primary goals. The second, win-lose situation when one party reach their goal at the expense of the other party. The third is a compromise when both parties reach their primary goals, but they make some concessions. And the fourth is when it's time just to walk away and to make a break, or even the resolution, the necessity of the resolution of the situation is not required. Let me give you some examples from my personal life and from probably from your probably experience when all these outcomes may occur. The first, win-win situation. For example, I had a good car, Mercedes-Benz, and I had to sell it because it breaks. It used to break frequently, and I hadn't enough time and knowledge to fix it. And when the buyer approached me and asked for discount, I happily agreed, and we both reached our goals. He got a good car, and he had enough skills to repair this car, and I reached my goal as I sold my car. The second situation, win-lose. For example, an elderly woman riding in the crowded bus, and she wants a seat, and the seat is occupied by the young person who is not paying attention and reading something on mobile phone, and the woman starts to express her outrage loudly for her whole bus, and of course the young man, being an object of the psychological attack, close more and resists more. That's why in this situation the best outcome would be if woman just lean to the man and ask her calmly and ask a place from the young man in a calm tone, and explain her condition, like she doesn't feel healthy, or just a second. She doesn't feel healthy, or she's tired. I'm sure in 98% of this situation, the young man would give her a seat. The third situation, when both parties reach compromise, when both parties reach their goals but makes their concessions. For example, in a you probably faced a situation when young people chatting, having fun late in the evening in the yard, and the citizens or the nearby uh, residential complex cannot fall asleep because of this noise. And uh, the the most frequently the most frequent situation when people started to shout at the young people and ask them to go away. But actually the best tactic in this case is to understand what they feel, uh, how they feel, um, how would you feel and when you were at the age of these young people. And probably this feeling, this understanding will help you to find the right words and to explain young people to talk much quiet or even leave the yard and to have fun in another place. Okay, and the fourth situation when it's time to walk away, and because the situation, the negotiation does not envisage any good positive outcomes, and none of the parties are ready to make more concessions or not able to reach their goals. For example, in my work, I had to get signed an urgent letter, but the manager wasn't able to sign the letter. And finally, it turned out that the letter shouldn't have ever been sent. And so this delay was quite good for me to not to push my manager to get signed the letter. So, and one of the I would like to, in the end, I would like to provide some tips on how to be successful in your negotiations. The first, be positive, create a positive environment, stay objective and impersonal. Try to feel what other parties feels, and try to use I statements. And the final is appreciate all concessions, all steps that parties reach during the negotiations. I wish you all to reach your best outcomes during all your negotiations. And this is all. Thank you.